Stop buying those chemical drain cleaners. They're a scam, and they're ruining your pipes. Tonight, I want you to go into your kitchen, grab that brown bottle of hydrogen peroxide sitting in your medicine cabinet, and pour it down every single drain in your house. Not the expensive stuff, just the standard 3% solution you can buy for $2. If you've been dealing with slow drains, weird smells coming up from the sink, or that gurgling noise that keeps you up at night, this is the fix. It's not magic, it's chemistry, and it's something my grandfather used before any of these modern miracle powders ever hit the shelves. Stick around, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why this works, how to do it right so you don't waste a drop, and the one mistake everyone makes that makes it useless. Hey everyone, if you're new here, I'm a third-generation janitor. I've cleaned everything from hospital floors to industrial kitchens, and I've seen what happens when people use the wrong products. Today, we are talking about hydrogen peroxide, specifically why it is the most underrated tool in your cleaning arsenal for your plumbing. You probably know it for cutting knees or whitening teeth, but inside your pipes, it's a powerhouse. By the end of this video, you will know how to clear minor clogs, eliminate organic buildup, and kill the bacteria causing those foul odors, all without corroding your metal pipes or poisoning your water supply. Let's get into it. Let's talk about what's actually happening inside your drains. Most people think a clog is just a solid object blocking the way, a hairball, a chunk of food. Sometimes that's true. But 90% of the time, especially in kitchen sinks and bathroom showers, the problem isn't a single blockage, it's biofilm. Biofilm is a slimy, sticky layer of bacteria, soap scum, grease, and dead skin cells that coats the inside of your pipes. Think of it like plaque on your teeth. It starts thin, water flows over it just fine, but over months and years it builds up. It gets thicker, it gets stickier, and because it's sticky, it catches everything else that goes down the drain. Hair sticks to it, food particles stick to it, grease solidifies on top of it. Eventually, that pipe that was 2 inches wide is now only 1 inch wide because of this sludge. That's why your drain is slow. It's not fully blocked, but it's choked. Now, here is where most people mess up. They go to the store and buy a caustic drain opener. You know the ones, the heavy plastic bottles with the warning labels that say danger in big red letters. These products usually contain sodium hydroxide or sulfuric acid. They work by generating heat and burning through the organic matter. Here's the issue. First, they're dangerous. One splash in your eye and you're blind. Second, they're corrosive. If you have older metal pipes, which many houses in the US still do, these acids eat away at the metal joints. You might clear the clog today, but you're creating a leak for 5 years from now. Third, and this is the big one, they don't remove the biofilm. They burn a hole through the center of the clog. The sludge on the walls, it stays there. So 2 weeks later, the clog comes back worse than before. You're treating the symptom, not the disease. You need something that breaks down the organic structure of that slime without eating your pipes. You need an oxidizer. This is where hydrogen peroxide comes in. Hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. Water is H2O. That extra oxygen atom is the key. When hydrogen peroxide touches organic material, like the bacteria, grease, and food in your drain, it becomes unstable. It wants to get rid of that extra oxygen atom to become stable water again. When it releases that oxygen, it creates a reaction called oxidation. This isn't just a gentle clean, it's a violent attack on a microscopic level. The oxygen bubbles physically lift debris off the pipe walls. It breaks the chemical bonds holding the biofilm together. It kills the bacteria by destroying their cell walls. But here's the part nobody tells you. Hydrogen peroxide alone is good, but it's slow. If you just pour it down the drain and walk away, it might take hours to do anything significant. And if your drain is completely stopped up, the peroxide just sits on top of the clog. It never reaches the problem area deep in the P-trap or further down the line. We need to accelerate this reaction. We need to create pressure. We need to create foam. This is why we don't use hydrogen peroxide alone. We pair it with baking soda. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wash, isn't baking soda and vinegar the classic hack? No, vinegar is an acid. Hydrogen peroxide is an oxidizer. Mixing vinegar and peroxide creates peracetic acid, which is irritating to your lungs and skin. We don't want that. We want baking soda. Baking soda is a base, it's abrasive, and when it meets hydrogen peroxide, it doesn't create a dangerous gas. Instead, it creates a thick foaming action that scrubs the pipes from the inside out. The baking soda acts as a carrier. It sinks into the sludge. Then, when the peroxide hits it, the rapid release of oxygen expands the baking soda into a foam. This foam pushes against the walls of the pipe. It mechanically scrubs away the biofilm, while the peroxide chemically dissolves the organic matter. It's a 1-2 punch: mechanical scrubbing and chemical oxidation. And the best part? The byproduct is just water and oxygen. It's safe for your septic system, it's safe for your city sewer lines, it won't corrode your copper or PVC pipes, it's cheap, and it's effective. The solution. All right, let's get to work. Here is exactly how you do this. Do not skip steps. The order matters. First, you need to prep the drain. If there is standing water in your sink or tub, bail it out. You want the drain to be as dry as possible. If the water is sitting there, it dilutes the peroxide before it even touches the gunk. Use a cup or a towel to soak up as much water as you can. Step 1. Baking soda. Take half a cup of baking soda, not a teaspoon, half a cup. Pour it directly down the drain. If you have a narrow opening, use a funnel or roll a piece of paper into a cone. You want all that powder to go down the pipe, not sit on the rim. Tap the side of the sink to help it settle. Let it sit for 2 minutes. This allows the baking soda to coat the initial section of the pipe and start absorbing some of the moisture and grease. Step 2. Hydrogen peroxide. Take 1 cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide. Again, do not use the industrial strength stuff. The brown bottle from the pharmacy is perfect. Pour it slowly down the drain. As soon as it hits the baking soda, you will hear a fizzing sound. That is the oxygen releasing. That is the work starting. Step 3. The weight. This is where people fail. They pour it in and turn on the water immediately. Don't do that. You need to let this mixture sit. For a maintenance clean, let it sit for 30 minutes. For a slow drain or a bad smell, let it sit for 1 hour. If you have a really tough clog, you can leave it overnight. The longer it sits, the deeper it penetrates the biofilm. While it's sitting, do not run any other water in that sink. Keep it dry. Step 4. The flush. After the wait time is up, you need to flush the system. Boil a kettle of water. Not warm water, boiling water. Carefully pour the boiling water down the drain. This does 2 things. First, it washes away the loosened debris and the remaining peroxide mixture. Second, the heat helps melt any residual grease that the peroxide might have softened but not fully removed. If you have a double sink, make sure you plug the other side while you do this. You want the pressure of the water and the foam to go down the drain, not up into the other basin. Now let's talk about specific scenarios. For kitchen sinks, which are usually greasy, you might need to repeat this process twice. Grease is tough. Do the baking soda and peroxide routine, wait an hour, flush with boiling water. Then do it again the next day. Consistency beats intensity here. For bathroom sinks and showers, which are usually hair and soap scum, this works incredibly well. Soap scum is alkaline, and the peroxide breaks it down efficiently. If you have visible hair near the surface, pull it out with a tool first. A peroxide won't dissolve a huge hairball. It dissolves the slime holding the hairball together. Remove the bulk of the hair, then use this method to clean the rest. For toilets, be careful. You can use this method, but use less baking soda, a 1/4 cup, and pour the peroxide in slowly. Toilets have a larger volume of water, so it gets diluted faster. You might need to use a toilet brush to agitate the water after pouring the peroxide in to help it mix with the bowl water and reach the trap. A pro tip: if you have a garbage disposal, run it while you pour the boiling water in at the end. This helps clear any debris stuck in the blades. But do not run the disposal while the peroxide is sitting. Let it sit static. What if it doesn't work? If you have a complete blockage where water won't go down at all, this method might not be enough. The foam needs somewhere to go. If the pipe is 100% sealed, the pressure has nowhere to push. In that case, use a plunger first. Break the seal, get some water moving, then apply the baking soda and peroxide. The movement helps distribute the cleaner. Also, check your P-trap, that U-shaped pipe under your sink. If the clog is right there, no amount of pouring from above will fix it. Unscrew the P-trap, clean it out manually, and then use this peroxide method to clean the pipes further down the line that you can't reach. Safety note: even though this is safer than acid, don't mix it with bleach. Never mix hydrogen peroxide with bleach. It creates oxygen gas rapidly and can cause an explosion or release toxic fumes. Stick to baking soda. It's safe, it's effective, and it's already in your pantry. Pro tip: here is the secret weapon for maintaining this. Once you've cleared your drains, do this once a month, preventative maintenance. Put 2 tablespoons of baking soda down each drain, followed by half a cup of hydrogen peroxide. Let it sit for 15 minutes, then flush with hot tap water. This keeps the biofilm from building up in the first place. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't wait until your teeth fall out to brush them. You do it regularly to prevent decay. Treat your pipes the same way. So, tonight, go check under your sink. Grab that brown bottle. Your pipes will thank you, and your wallet will too. You don't need expensive chemicals to have a clean, functioning home. You just need to understand how things work. If this video helped you save a trip to the plumber, hit that subscribe button. I upload new videos every week teaching you the old ways of keeping a house running smoothly. Methods that actually work because they're based on science and experience, not marketing. I want to hear from you in the comments. What is the biggest cleaning headache in your house right now? Is it a stubborn stain, a smelly appliance? Let me know, and I might make a video solving it next. If you want to learn more about natural cleaning swaps, check out this video on my channel where I break down why vinegar isn't always the answer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.